Hi guys, welcome back. Mage with me, Sid, and this has become my little guilty pleasure, this server and mod pack. So I'm having to record more because otherwise I'm just wanting to do things, and you know, it's like too much happening in between. Now, I'm doing a hell of a lot of building and less magic, well, no magic work to be honest. But what I have done through here is I say started because I ran out of, well, I've got a bit of leather, but organising my inventory a little bit. So that's kind of redstone-y stuff, mob drops, currently miscellaneous, slabs and stuff, plants, empty, and food. And then we've got some jabber barrels in here. I've already got one full of cobble, so yeah, in fact, I could upgrade that one, but I might as well just pop that in, have another one, because I haven't got any use for all of these extra ones yet. Furnaces in the middle, although they are temporary, because I intend to use cal factors from ours eventually. Tool racks, this is a various collections of bits and pieces that we have collected. Look at my saddle, I made a dolly to move all these chests around, got a few spell things, yada yada. What else have I done? Well, if you can see, if you look at the mini-map, there's a huge area lit up, and down here I have my close by exit, and you can see I have now got 4 floors, 4 floors on the tower. So this is the view from the outside, that's the stairwell. Nothing else much this way, just cleared a bit of jungle that way over down at the end. What else? Well, I've got everything together to make a spell, but here's a neat little trick. So I've got paintings decorating the place. I've got a few armor stands, so we'll get some armor to go on these. This lot will go on there eventually. A few tables. All looks very nice, doesn't it? But look, this is a what's it, let me just have a look at this over paint. Painting. If you look here, that's your normal painting. This is a hinged painting, and behind there we have a carpenter's safe, which has got all my metals in it. Oh look, there's another one that's got all my precious stuff in it. And oh look, there's another one, and this has got all my magic related stuff. Actually, there's a bit of a crossover there. Now I realise hiding them like that on a server and then showing them on a recording is not exactly the best thing in the world. These are paintings, by the way. Now down here we have hollowed out the basement level, and I need to make it all pretty and stuff, but got a big hole in the ground, which is quite nice. And then if we go up, up and again, one thing I need to do at some point when my armor is a little bit more resilient, well, certainly my weapons are a little bit more up to it, is go enderman hunting. So this is the floor we had previously. I've now got this lit up with mage torches, and then we have another level up here, which is, this is currently the top level. So again, no purpose for these yet, I'm just building them because I want the tower to go up further, and as I say, it's something I can do kind of off camera. However, dig spell, the big dig, the final dig, mining power, mining projectile version, yep. In here is everything we need to make that spell. The hoofadoofer over there, not very efficient when it came to making these earth essences. I'm more or less out of Vintium. And obviously it's expensive. We've got 3 diamond pickaxes in there for starters. And quite a bit of obsidian and stuff, and you know, Vintium went into it, but that's fine because this is it. This is the dig spell that I want to make. So let's chuck in the old thingy, and it's going to ask for a Vintium dust. It's going to ask for a feather, and a fish, some clay, some earth essence, and a diamond pick. And now it wants some more Vintium dust, and it wants another feather. So there's kind of some duplication here, because obviously I've kind of got variations on a theme. Clay, some earth, a diamond pick. Obviously the diamond pick is the common item. Air essence must be for the silky touch. A feather, some chimerite, Vintium dust. Here's a projectile element, the arrow and the snowball. Some earth, another diamond pick, orange rune, shovel, thingy, and spell parchment. And there we go. So this is Dig. This is the final version of Dig, and we're going to give it a, well, it's not the final version. At some point I will have, we'll go with that one. At some point I will have what's the word I'm looking for? Fortune. So what we'll do is we'll pop you in there. The nice thing about the bookshelves is they will store spells, so that's my backup thing. And we've now got my Dig, which is got power, and that's with Silk Touch, and that's projectile version. So can't imagine that I want this Silk Touch version with projectile. So let's just go and test this out on something that I previously couldn't dig with a dig spell, say some iron. Yes, we are off. We are cooking, as they say. That ain't good. Now previously, without iguana tweaks, that would have dug that. Maybe I need to get more mining power on it. So I'll have to check that. Maybe have a, oh well, that's going to be expensive, another 3 diamond bloody picks. Oh well, but at least we can mine iron with the damn thing now, and I can always carry a pickaxe. It's not a major heartache. Anyway, so the plan for today, I don't want to do any more R's. What I want to do is get into some farming. I want to do some magical crops farming, and obviously some ordinary farming as well. And I thought what we could do with is some kind of hothouse, hot room thing, which would come off here. So, and I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 2. I think there is probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from there, and that should be okay. So let us dig in. I'll just check that I've not, in fact I'll leave those on while I'm working. So we're going to come in 2 like this, and then come out this way. 1, 2, 3. In fact, we want a bit more. And we were going sticks this way. Now this is why I love the dig spell, because it's like bang bang bang. So from here that's 3, 4, 5, 6, and whack a spell torch down there. So that'll be the width of the thing. I'm probably going to kind of arch this roof, but 1. Right, so now we're going 1, 2, counting with Sid, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. 6. Let's whack some old spell down there. So that will be the outward extent. and then we're going to head that way for a big amount. So I'm going to do some digging, and I will be back in a moment. See you soon. Okay, just a brief update. I've laid out 6 plots, all 5 by 5, with a water source in the middle and a light source above that. This wall actually intersected with the edge of the canyon, so we've incorporated that into the design, and we're just working on the arched roof at the moment. Now, for those of you wondering why I love the dig spell so much, it's this one. Apart from the fact that I've just spat a whole load of gravel everywhere, just the ability to be able to stand still, and almost the equivalent of break block creatively. If you're going to be honest, it's like almost like creative mode block breaking. So yeah, this is why I love my go-to spell. Whenever I play R's, it is straight out the bat the very first spell I look at, and that's why it is just so damn useful for building. Now, obviously, if you're a PvE enthusiast, or your bag is more combat and adventure than building, then it might not be the spell that you would want to go for. You may want to go for more combat and defensive orientated spells, but for me, this is it. This is the go-to spell. So yeah, of course the other go-to spell is the place block spell, which for building, which is brilliant as well. So I'm just going to get kind of this half done down to here, just to give you a feel for the look I'm going for, and then we'll actually get on and start looking at some of these crops, because glowstone dust would be useful. Let's be honest, diamond plants would be useful, but they're maybe a little bit down the line. Yeah, so anyway, my design ethic there, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so that is, if you kind of ignore the little bits that are poking off the sides there, that is what we've kind of got there. Now, obviously, I've got a fair bit of digging to do and fixing to do there, but I really want to have a look at these crops, these magical crops that we have learned so much about. Oh, there's a Kraken outside, lovely. I'll just convert. What I'm finding is just to convert these all back. Once you've done with them, just saves a lot of hassle later on. Oh, and the glass. Not that we need. That's our last 3 bits of glass. So let me just drop that off. Go into here and drop those off, and the dirt and the wood. You go in there. Right, so we need to have a look at essences. Essence seeds. Essence of essence. So we should have 1, 2, 3 lots of essence there. And I did notice some more essence in there. Don't excuse if you can hear the dog barking. Pie works still. I'll be glad when they finish. At least we don't have to put up with it until New Year's Eve. So let's have a look. How do this stuff work? Let's have a look. The usage. So 3 of those makes a weak essence. We need a weak infusion stone. So that is that, and then we can go and get a regular infusion stone by combining it with any of the resultant essences. Okay. that seems to suggest we need to get coal flowers going. And then we can go and we can add. That will give us, right, so we need a regular infusion stone with those to make regular essence. I'm with you. So glowstone essence to make us strong. So we can't just go straight into glowstone, we have to start off with coal. Okie dokie. So we need a diamond. Now apparently there is a master infusion stone which you can do. Which will do all four, so you don't actually have to worry too much about the infusion stone thing. So that will make, no, is it like that? Weak essence, that's right, and then we use that. 3 of those with some essence seeds. Essence seeds are like that, that's okay. So we need 4 of those. That Gracken is annoying. And then we need to grab some seeds. Just get half a dozen. And we put 1 of those with those. Gives us essence seeds. Then we can put those in like that. Oh, I've got some coal on me, haven't I? And that will give us coal seeds. Okay, good so far. And that obviously doesn't have any form of durability. Oh man, I wish that thing would go away. Now, the other thing I wanted to check is I can't remember whether we have a watering can in this or not. We don't. So that's annoying. Oh well. That is obviously extra utilities and not open blocks. Oh, hoe. Just grab a hoe and let's get this planted now. Obviously 1 isn't going to go very far. That kind of goes without saying. So you can be my coal patch. And once we've got that, we'd have 24 sets of coal going. Now, can I bone meal these? Should have gone and grabbed some bone meal while I was at it, shouldn't I? If I can bone meal it, that's not so bad, because I can grow it and yada yada. Mob drops. I don't have a lot of bones at the moment because obviously I've been avoiding combat because I'm chicken. No, because I'm a builder and not a fighter. You know, it's make buildings, not war, kind of thing. But can you bone meal them? No, you can't. They don't have bone meal ability at all. Right, so there's currently nothing much I can do to make that grow any faster. However, there are directions we can take. Again, we're way off completing these, but if we go for the Encyc, is it the... No, okay, let's have a look at Botania. Now we're somewhere, here we go, the Lexica Botania, which is a book and a sapling. Again, easy peasy, sapling. A bit of leather, we need some more plant material. Now the Botania side of things again is a mod I have never used before, but I've done a little bit of studying and a little bit of work on it, and basically this tells us all about it. So it tells us the basics: Lexica Botanica, mystical flowers, tells you all about the flowers, and you click and how did you get out of this again? Oh, there. Can't see it for the bottom. Bit about the petal apothecary, which tells you all about how this block, when placed in the world, given some water by use of a water bucket, will accept mystical petals. Once the correct set of petals in throwing seeds will finalise the process, tossing in a full bucket will also fill the recipient with water. Quite a few plants can be made using this method. For example, see functional flora and generation. But the third thing you need is a pure daisy, and that is 4 white mystical petals in a petal apothecary. So where's the petal apothecary? Did you give me a recipe? Yes, it is basically a petal and some cobble and cobble slabs. So let's go, and we'll have a bit of you, and we'll have a bit of you, and oh, I've got a blue petal. Perfect. So that is that, and that gives us our petal apothecary. Petal. Jesus, a mouthful, I tell you. Got white mystical blooms, so we'll just get 5, 6, 7, 8. That should give us enough for 4 of them, I believe. I've got a bucket of water, so at the moment I don't have a ready supply of water in here. What we're going to do is we're just going to whack this down here, just for the time being. And in you go with some water, and then we take 1, 2, 3, 4 and chuck them in, and you can see you get a little animation, and 4. And when it's working, you get these little sparkles coming off, and there's another. Eventually, once you've got those in, you need to throw in some seeds, and that gives us a pure daisy, which on its own, not so great. But this is a generating flower, so it will generate mana. So if I just pop it, ooh, I didn't notice that. One of the reasons why I keep that damn thing on. So if I pop you there, it's a flower. It doesn't really do much. However, there is quite a few things we need. Now I need to go and get a little bit of wood, some logs, and some cobble, I think it is, or is it normal stone? Let me just double check. Pure daisy, wood and stone blocks, as seen, blah blah. So logs, no, it's not cobble. So we're going to need some wood for starters, because I need some living wood. This adds 2 blocks to the game, living wood and living stone. We'll take some of you, and we'll take some of you. So these are pretty vital. This pure daisy, I'm completely talking out my arse. It is not a generating flower. It is a flower that is vital for other things. As I say, new mod to me. So now you can completely surround this like that, and when it's working you can see these little sparkles. You could mix that wood and stone, it doesn't really matter. But what we are aiming for is, eventually, if I go to functional flora, agricarnation, basically you supply an agricarnation with mana, and it turns it into a type of natural fertilizer which basically applies growth ticks, not bone meal. It's fairly complicated to make. Shift click, because we need to make a rune of spring, so there's various stuff we need there, and there's all sorts of things. But one of those in here somewhere will we can supply them with mana and it will cause these to grow faster. And that's the plan. So now all we've got to do is wait for this to change. So I will be back in a moment. Oh, and it's changing. It wasn't long. So that has changed. This is now living wood. We can change that to the touch version. Just save a bit of mana. So we've got 8 living wood there. Now we can do the same with stone. And we are going to need ultimately quite a bit of this, so this is something we'll need to do, I think, use fairly regularly. But you can see we need 8 just to do this mana spreader, for example. And then we move on, we've got the mana blasters, and what I am trying to find, I thought there was, maybe I don't need living wood for that. That would be surprising if I don't. There we go, the wand of the forest, it sticks and 2 petals. There you go, even easier. Alright, well anyway, we needed to do this anyway, so. But this is working away on the stone. I'm just going to go over, well, I'll leave that going. It does exactly the same thing, just makes a stone version. And I want some sticks, 3 of them, and some petals. And I'm going to go for just an all. So that goes and gives us a wand of the forest. Bang. Now this is pretty cool because it will, you can, when you've got generated flowers, you can see what mana they're generating, and you're, oh, here we go, perfect timing. So this is living stone. Again, this is going to be needed for quite a few things, so I'm just going to get a bunch of this together and I will be right back. Okay, I'm just going to try, I've got a couple of other ideas. I've done 62 lots of each of that, and I've made 3 more magical coal plants. But I'm just thinking, I want to try a sprinkler from Open Blocks, which is pretty straightforward. It's iron bars and a redstone torch. So let's go and grab some iron. That's 9. That's going to be 18. Should have some redstone over here. In fact, I have a redstone torch, which is handy. So I'm not sure how well this is going to work, but in theory we should be able to. Is that right? No, you go there and there, you go there, and then 1, 2. Let's see what this works like when we place it over a water source block. It may not work at all. Obviously I've been used to in the past. Let's see, we're going to have to break you. We're going to have to just place you down, and then we're going to, yeah, it can't place over the actual source block. That's a pain and a bit. Let me just try. Have I got a bucket of water? I haven't. Okay, let's go borrow you. As I say, I've got no idea. I've always used this with an aqueous accumulator, and oh, hang on, I needed that down there, didn't I? So you go down, then we go. Oh, no, it can't place over a source block. It needs water pumping into it. Bum, that's not an option then. Because obviously we haven't got tanks, which is an option. But it's going to drain those fairly quickly, I would have thought. Oh, hang on. We need to scoop you back up, place that, fire off a spell, pop you down, and place you back again. Oh, that's grown a bit. I don't know when it's ready, but anyway. That was just a thought, see whether you could place a sprinkler there, but obviously not. There may be, we got a few options available to us. One is that agricarnation, which will need us to set up a mana distribution network to push that out. These things induce growth ticks, so that's another one. There is the blood magic or ritual of the Green Grove, which will put growth ticks, and also the growth sigil. Obviously in Thorncraft we've got the, oh god, what's it called? Well, there's a hoe of growth and there's a fertilizer thing, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. So we've got quite a few options that will actually give us growth ticks rather than a bone meal effect. But I think for now the only option available to us is to let those grow and come back to them at a later date. Hopefully by the next episode they should have grown enough to get some essence and maybe plant a few more seeds, so we'll see how we go. But this is going to be the coal patch, and ultimately I want to get a glowstone patch going, and an essence patch might be useful as well because you can do essence seeds. Probably just some wheat would be a handy thing as well, if I'm going to be truthful with myself. If we get these agricarnations going, then we could place them and fire mana from somewhere. I'm not sure exactly how we go about doing that. But yeah, the dig spell is slightly better. It's not as good as I would have hoped. Oh, there was one last thing I wanted to look at as well. This will find a new home eventually. Obviously, as you can see from my thing, I'm about level 26, mainly from, well, purely from all the digging I've been doing, let's be honest. Which gives me 3 green points and 4 blue points. So I took mana regen 1. I'm thinking of definitely taking mana regen 2 because that's just useful. Spell motion, and then you've got augmented casting, which is a red one, which is a long way off. Spell motion I'm not too worried about now. Affinity gain boost, that's useless. Colours, well, useless to me. I don't want a mage posse. I may have a look at binding actually, because I've never played with that one. So we'll take binding, and we've got a veil rift, and I think we will have leap, because leap was always a good one, and possibly now we should move into the offensive magics as well. Now the question is, do we want to go with an area effect? I think we... You're not going to let me take that unless I've taken one of these for... Oh Christ. Okay, so we need to take fire or magic. Fire or magic, fire or magic. Magic damage. So why are you not letting me go down there? Well, obviously I can't now. And then we've got 2 green to use, but I'll save those I think for the time being. So we have got some more spells to play with. Oh, I wanted to play with shrink, damn it. I have to wait till I get another blue. Some more blue orbs, which I won't get now. Of course, I'm going to get green for a while, so I'm going to have to probably fight some bosses. Ah, well, that's all empty, isn't it? So we're moving steadily forwards. We're getting this is obviously a nice safe keep to work in, and until next time I think we're going to be waiting for these to grow, so I will see you soon, and bye for now.